Hello everyone, today I was actually planning to go riding, but I actually got injured yesterday, so that's not happening, and yes, it's raining. So, I thought instead what we'd actually do is talk about a few things, because I've realised that my content changed from vlogs and Lego and unboxings and camera photos, that's the word, to like BMX and drums, which is something I've not really done, even though I've done it, the drums especially, for 7 years now, and it's only now I've really started to put it in video form. This content is sticking around, it's going to be a bit longer, you know, don't expect regular uploads, and I thought I'd just fill it up with some trash about me talking about what I've done. Let's go back to the first thing I filmed, which was the Learning BMX series. It's very exciting, and here is me with a phone. So that intro section was kind of made up on the spot. That in the seat talking was just meant to be for the introduction of, you know, new content is coming. It's gonna be very different, you know, that's all it was meant to be. But I was like, oh, I'll just introduce the first episode, and then I was like, I'll do the second one, oh, we'll do the third one, and by that point I'd realized that I'm just sort of doing the intros for all of them. So that chur bit of the intro of all these videos was not meant to be a thing. It was just meant to start with the Learning BMX thing.
Jumps were a lot bigger than I remember them being. But,
Jumps. I remember being terrified that day because I just sort of got there. This was the first or the second time I think this was actually the first time I'd been to the park. So I was really nervous on that day. And doing these dates, you will notice that the dates around the outside, all the same. I just changed the date that you see at the end. Me riding brakes. Not done that for ages. The phone really not wanting to focus. Yeah, you can clearly tell I'd just not ridden ramps and just didn't know how they worked. You can just tell there's a lack of bike control there that's just so obvious now. There's one thing about this which is crazy, is how much footage I actually recorded. Because the way that I edited these was I'd sort of edit them as I went. Like, this first episode is terrible, I 100% get that, you know. I was just scared about not making it, I think, was the main thing. I was just scared that I'm going to clip something, you know, but... So I was planning on dropping in on this. Now, I've tried this later. This thing is big. And at that time, whew, dearie me, I was not a good enough rider to drop in on that. And here is my first injury. Twisted the ankle. But you'll probably notice in, like, upcoming sessions, the shoes do change to some big high-top ones that will, you know, protect my ankles from sliding over, which I only recently stopped wearing. And you can see that there's kind of the old B-roll me still there, where I'm just trying to get shots that look nice. Did like the sound effects in that. Stuff you've already seen before. An opposite drop-in. The thought of doing an opposite drop-in now is scaring me. I did like this sort of shot where it was like multiple me's just sort of going about. Now sometimes I'd have to fade them out and it'd be super obvious, but sometimes I could get it so it actually looked not too bad. So yeah, this was cool for me because it's something I'd done as a child, and kind of being able to do them again was cool.
I'm not going to wear my knee pants. Don't think it's going to be worth it if I fall off.
This is kind of why you'll notice I became an all pad guy. And I took off at an angle, was a bit wobbly in the air, took my feet off, big mistake. Because I held onto the bike, that kind of dragged me down, and that's why I slid and destroyed my knee and side. That really hurt. Yeah, worst crash I've ever had. And this is when I used to ride in like joggers and stuff. You'll notice I always ride in basically black chinos, because I don't know, I'm just that kind of guy. Oh, and this is where I tried grinds. Yeah, that's why I went for feeble to ice pick. It's crazy how wide my bars are because I've cut them down now. But yeah, this part's a bit boring because it's just me trying to do a fakie, which is a trick that surprisingly took me a really long time to learn. I thought I learned it a lot quicker than this, and I think this was boring. I should have cut all of this. And that didn't hurt at all. I kind of just rolled onto my knee and then fell over. Yeah, I thought that was the biggest error I'd ever done. I think I panic now. Yeah, I panic. That's a really nice hip to jump, by the way. Oh yeah, double pick drop in. Lean! What are you doing, man? Lean? No, look, your body weight's this side. It needs to be that side. Oh my days. Love that. Love this song, by the way. I really wish I hadn't used it for this video. And I don't have the license to this song anymore because I changed from, this is sound strip if you're wondering. And I think my crank arms as well, because of the shape of them, were actually pushing me off the ledge. So yeah, this trick was flawed because of physics, not because of me. So this was at a time when I would try things to avoid trying other tricks. Foot jams. A super hard trick I still can't do. Why are you doing them then? And this is when I thought, I know, I'll take it to the streets. Look at my big shoes. My big shoes. I think this is when I first rode in big shoes. Yeah, and I can't 180, so this was really embarrassing. But at the time, I thought I was some BMX legend. And then we come to the dirt track, which I really want to go back to. Because I know how to corner now. See, some of these seem really small now. Oh my days, I made so many of these. Why did you watch them? And that's when I shear a bolt. This is the day I lost all the footage. And I remember paying for a file recovery thing and it didn't work. But this is all I got. I rendered this out because I thought it was hilarious, me not landing tricks. Oh, this hype song for glass removal. We better do some like montage bit. But then I realised I can't ride a bike, so... But these airs are not... they're not bad. Like, if I just put things I landed in, this video would be 4 seconds long.
That was close to 180.
Because I'd not actually landed a 180 out of a quarter pipe yet. So yeah, we are running a guarded sprocket, and I can't grind. And that grind, by the way, that was the first one. So I made it look like I progressed, but in fact, that was the first grind I did, and everything else after that was, yeah. Goes really well for me. Oh, and little tip for chest cam footage. Make sure the harness is tight. Otherwise your footage when you land will jitter about. Is this when I... Oh, this is when I die, isn't it? Oh, I hate it at the time, but watching crashes back is sometimes the funniest. Look at this. Whoop-a-bomb! Just hit my elbows with the force of a supernova. And I don't know why. Why did I think down the landing was better than across the box?
Applying pressure, loads of movement.
Fun fact about that, my spokes still come loose on one side. The other, fine. But this is all pointless because it's me just not landing stuff and trying bar spins. Manual it. You can't jump it yet. Is this when I run over a can as well? Yes, this is the can. Now, I thought this manual was great, by the way. It's about 4 feet. Bit of a hit. There's a thing on a... No, that's not a thing on a lens. That's me blowing a child out. Fakies. Are we pulling them yet? No, we're just hitting the deck. I do hate that when people go into a skate park with kids and then just let the kids run about. There's a playground just here. It's kind of what kids should be playing on. One-hander. Sketchy one-hander. Oh, that's when I thought I was going to die. That feeling kind of caused this. Oh, here we go. No footers. I do get back on pedals before I land. And that's my pads disintegrating. I love this little montage at the end. I do like the editing in those videos. I do like the editing, but the actual content, a little rough. I do actually repair the pads, by the way, if you've noticed they are in this video too. I just stitch them up, but they do not last that long. 180! Oh, small 1 foot. Come on, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Do I pull it? Oh, I do. Actually, I don't. It looks like I pull it, but I do that thing where, you know, you go in circles and then you feel like you're gonna fall off. So yeah, I did put my foot down like a second after I put that cut in. So, yeah. Bit of a lie there, but you don't know that. Well, you do know. Fun fact about this shot. I wasn't filming and I went up and I slid. And I was like, oh, I'll just get a shot of this and then we can move on. So I put the camera down and I didn't slide. And I rode up and I tried to make it slide, didn't slide. And then, unlike here, like if you actually watch the shot, I'm really trying to make it look. Like you actually see me almost do that to make the bike slide a little bit. Remember this shot, I was so disappointed. I'm like, there's so much that's on here. Oh, sweet hip. Go over coping next time. Me trying to do an excellent ride.
Best trick in the world. And
progressively getting faster, which is a terrible idea. Oh, and I've got new knee pads as well, because I'm using Fuse Echo. I measured the measurements it suggested with a proper measuring tape, even gave it a little bit of slack. Picked the size, which was, I think, large. And large pads arrive, they don't fit. Really tight. Like, so much so I actually can't get them past my calf. I'm like, are these designed for children? I actually check, I'm like, have I actually ordered like a children's thing? No. Extra large fit. And they're still quite snug. So Fuse, maybe make your sizing a little more accurate, because that was a bit annoying because I had to send those back. Elbow pads, measured them fine. Exact size I wanted. I think they're large or something like that, I can't remember. But the knee pads, not right. I genuinely have no idea why I do this. I don't know what this is. I genuinely have no idea, but I do it. I did it again. I genuinely have no idea. So in my opinion, the only funny introduction. So I'm back from Germany. I asked if I could stay and they were like, 9! So that's the episode that we're currently in. I still find that joke a little funny. 1 footer. I don't actually land that. My leg doesn't actually land back on pedals. It looks like it does, but it actually didn't. So I gave him a go on my bike, and he might have hyped himself up to be a better rider than he was. I do love his excuse for this, though.
Oh, you're alright. It's because them ramps are slipper.
He does a 180, doesn't even dip the nose, doesn't even pull out, just does a straight, like, flat spin. And then was surprised he fell. I was kind of like, do I put this in, though? It's a bit rude, but at the same time, you know, I can't have that going. I can't be like, oh yeah, the ramps were slipping. You know what I mean? Oh, this was fun. A guy tried to steal my bag. Finally, the final episode. Oh my days, this is gonna take ages. Yeah, I tried a new camera. It's SD600 Panasonic camcorder. So I'd used it in the past, and I'd had decent results with it in good lighting. I thought, I'm outside, the lighting's going to be pretty good. But it turns out, no, it's just a terrible camera. Oh, we do a disaster. Oh, look, we do the hip. Amazing. Yeah, this was a bit naff, really, for like a final episode, because I don't really learn anything new, but nowhere near. Just didn't get it round. Hit my own leg. The bike's to the side of you and vertical. Nowhere near me. Nowhere near me. Nowhere near me. So yeah, all those attempts were terrible. I've been recording for an hour. How has this happened? And the final BMX film is, as you can see on the screen, 6 months until lockdown, a BMX film. I really didn't know how to do this one because it was sort of just like a bit of random footage I kind of stuck together. This was a session just before I went back to university, and all I did was mess with the hip. And then we have a crash that didn't hurt at all, straight to bar end. I do like how I split this video up into segments. So doing a disaster was a little scary. And then this happens. And you just do an air in case. That hurt like the dickens. Yep. Landing to flat. There we go. No, not loose. So yeah, this was shot in like winter time. Oh, and then the rest, I called it everything else because I just had a mixed match of footage that I did land some stuff, but I couldn't really categorize it well. Fakies. Fakies was still a troubling topic even then. So this is actually shot with my G6. I regret it because the widest angle it can go is not really wide enough for what I need it to do. Now the reason it's in black and white is because the colour on the GoPro was terrible. Something about the lighting because it was low light and all that. Awful. So I couldn't get it to look nice or decent, so I just put it in black and white and it looked not too bad. Oh yeah, those gloves, by the way, little fun fact about them. A little too small for me. Didn't realise that. And they actually compressed my fingers and I got severe joint pain. This 180 was hard. Took me a really long time, multiple sessions. As you can see, it's changing. I think this, nope, nearly did it there. Yeah, this 180 took a really long time to get. Just because of this lip, just because of this down bit here, made it so difficult to actually control the fakie. 360 try, and died, because you don't know how spins work. First tire grab attempt, 270, not too bad. Little too pivoty for me that. I'd prefer if I just landed a little worse, but spanned a bit more. It looked like I was going for some sort of whip variation there. I wasn't. I was literally just going for a 360. Bit of a front wheel case there, but... Oh, yeah, that's what I... Bit of a front wheel case and then just case the rest. Oh, and then I nearly run into a tree, and then I do it backwards. And that's filled with ants. And that is the end. So I might do something similar to this with my Drum Cover music videos, because there's a lot of footage that doesn't go into that and thought process and all that, so I might do that. But yeah, the content is staying pretty what it is at the moment. And stay safe and have a great day. Yeah, that's how people would end a video. Goodbye.